This is George Moore, owner of Moore's Sewing Center in Southern California. And for the past several months, we've been able to offer from the Grace Company recertified classroom machines. Now, Grace is the largest manufacturer of quilting frames, and they travel the country and they set up classrooms and they do 1 or 2 day events or at shows. And then what they don't sell, they pack them up and send them to me, and they're fully warranted and fully certified to be as new. In fact, often they just send me new ones. And so I'm excited to be able to offer the Grace recertified classroom models in combination with our Black Friday sale. We just got a shipment of those recertified machines in, and I'm going to talk about the different models. We have 5 of the unique models: the 16X, the 19X, and then there are 3 Elite series: the 16X Elite, the 19X Elite, and the 21X Elite. And all of these are on sale, and I'm going to rebroadcast some of the presentations I've done in the past where it shows included with the Cutie frame as well as other frames, but the Cutie frame is no longer, so we're including it with the Cutie Breeze frame. And so we have all kinds of specials that I'm going to talk about shortly, but we want to give away a prize. So let's give away a couple prizes now, and I'm going to give away prizes throughout the event, but you want to stay tuned because at the very end we're going to give away a prize that's valued at $699, and all these prizes will be posted, the winners will be posted after the Black Friday sale on our Facebook page. And so I'm going to start with a free motion starter kit that has a value of $149, and this has a panel, has instructions, it has some patterns. It really gives you something to start with. And so how potentially can you win? You like, share, or comment, and you potentially can win this. And the next prize is a ruler and true cut kit by the Grace Company that has a value of $69.95. And again, like, share, or comment, and you too can get a potential to win this prize. Now, as I mentioned, we have several models of the Unique series on sale, and these are recertified machines, but we also have other models that are not recertified that you can see on our website. But all of the machines have the option of either the Cutie Breeze frame, or you can get them without a frame, because some of you already have a frame, or we're going to talk about the Elite Rolling Series frame. And what I like about the specials that we're going to be talking about, you also can combine it with the Black Friday special, which is use coupon code BLACKFRIDAY10 at checkout to save an additional 10%, up to $300 in additional savings off the special that we're already offering. But these are limited to stock in hand, so you don't want to wait. But what I like about the Cutie Breeze frame is that you could set it up on a 4-foot table. You can put it on a larger table, but a 4-foot folding table. And the 16X and the 19X machine fits right on it, and with those wheels that they have, they move so beautifully. Now, this 4-foot frame can accommodate up to a king-size quilt because it is a hooping frame. That means that the sides are never ending. So where you're a larger frame, like this one right here, could be up to 12 feet, but that's the max, okay? So if you have a frame that is not a never-ending hoop frame like this, then you're limited to the size of the frame. So with this one, because I can go over the sides, I can quilt an entire quilt with it. And so what they have is they have these unique clamps that I can put this on here, and I can clamp them down and actually rotate them so that it actually makes it more taut. And so it's really easy to work with. Now let's talk about some of the features on the unique 16X machine. So when we first look at this machine, this has a large 16-inch area. And the double wheel designs make it so it's so easy to maneuver. The lighting is amazing under the arm of the machine, under the needle, and even in the bobbin area. And it also has that large M-class commercial bobbin system, and those large bobbins work with their built-in bobbin winder. Now, the bobbin winder is an optical bobbin winder, and you can set it to stop, and it truly is so easy and efficient. Speaking of ease, everything is clearly marked on this machine for your threading path. See, they thought through the whole process where a lot of your long arm machines are very crude in these advanced features that you find on household sewing machines. So Grace really has brought everything into one. Now, I love these handles. These handles are fully adjustable, so I can move them in and out, and I could position them just the way I want them. And all my controls are right on there, from the stop to the needle up and down, to even adjusting on my screen. I can adjust by my handles the adjustments on that. The machine itself, as I mentioned, maneuvers beautifully because of the twin wheel design. So every axis has twin wheels on it. But also it has a built-in stitch regulator. You see here these encoders that it matches every movement with the movement of the machine, so that everything, your stitches are perfect every time. Now, let's take a look at the screen and show you how intuitive it is and how full-featured it is. So when we first go to the screen, we have it set on regulators. There's actually two different types of regulations. There's cruise and there's precise. Cruise, I can actually set the speed of my idle. When I press go on this, it continues to sew, and this is wonderful when I'm moving it for doing a different, like micro turns, like in stippling. When I go really slow, it still gives me a stitch. So many systems out there, when I stop, it stops, and you get gaps, and this works beautifully. And I can also adjust the stitch length and the control of that idle, both from the screen as well as from the handles. Now let's go to the next one. This right here is based. Oh, I love base. So I have different settings: short, medium, large, and I can control those right from the arrows on the handle. And this is wonderful. So once I load my quilt, I can set it and baste it so it's more secure. And it's so easy to work with here. The next setting here is the manual. Now, manual is the ability so I can actually take this here and adjust the speed. It's a constant speed. Now, some people are so good at free motion, they would rather just do manual speed and set the speed go at their comfort zone. And so this has that as well. The next setting is the precise. Now, the precise is exactly that. When I press go, so let's go ahead and press go, it only stitches when I move it. Okay, so as I move this again, it does the same. Now, when do I use this? Okay, first of all, look at that right here. I can stop and start, and that makes it so it's so nice. Now, I'm only using one hand, and it's moving this here. So I'm just doodling, but see, I come right to a point, and it stops precisely. So that really gives you a nice control. Now, I'm just having fun here. When would I use that? Okay, so let's say I want to work with rulers. Rulers, often you are turning a direction, you're going down one side, and you want to turn and go another side, it stops. Or let's say I have an arc. That's where I would use my precise stitch regulation. So it has both those at your disposal, so you can really give you the better results. And again, this is all built in, and that's what this machine's made to do. It only does one thing, and that is a quilting, a long arm machine. This also shares some of the other top line features you find in their entire line, like the needle jog. Now, the needle jog is unique, okay? So when we have a regular sewing machine, we can turn the hand wheel so you can just move it a little bit, not taking a stitch into the fabric. We just want to position it onto the fabric. Well, long arm, often you can't reach this far back. So the needle jog allows you to, by pressing this here, you can actually press this on the screen, and that gives you the ability to move that needle up and down, just a little fraction movement, so I can position it and line it up just the way I want it. And that's really a cool feature that's on the Grace Unique model machines. I also have the complete needle up. It does one stitch. Okay, so what would I use that for? Well, I would use that to draw my bobbin thread up. Okay, and I can also do that on my on my handles as well. The other thing is it has the edge warning. Now this is really cool. So edge warning, I can take this here and first of all turn it on, and I can turn it on so it gives me a 1/2 inch warning or a 1 inch warning, and I can have both a light or a chime warning. Now what does this do? Okay, I can set it on my upper left,
of the area, either the whole entire quilt or the block, and go down to the bottom right, and that sets the parameters so that if I get close to it, if I set it to an inch, then when I get an inch to that parameter, it will give me a light or a warning, an audible warning, so that I won't go any further. So that's really a nice feature.
So again, I love the combination of the 16X or the 19X machine with the Quilty frame, because so many people don't have room for a large frame, and this you can set up very quickly and quilt and then put it away. So if you have a room that you're sharing as a guest room, not a whole quilting studio, this works with it. As I mentioned, I'm including the Quilty Breeze frame with both the 16X Qnique or the 19X Qnique. And I like that because this is the updated version of the Quilty that was shown in the presentation. And it has better clamps for the back fabric, because as you roll the fabric up, there's more bulk. And I like the way these elastic type clamps hold that much more securely. Now, we have a very special buy on a combination of the 16X and the Quilty Breeze frame. It has a regular retail value of $62.98, and right now it's on sale for $34.99. We have interest-free payments as well as free shipping across the country. Now, if you already have a frame, because a lot of you already have a Quilty frame or a Quilty Breeze frame or another Grace frame, you could buy the Qnique 16X recertified classroom model for $29.99. Now, all these you can use coupon code Black Friday 10 to save an additional 10% up to $300. So that's where this is the best time to buy. But also, there's a bonus. This bonus includes a ruler base which fits around the machine's arm and gives you support. Now, what is that support good for? Working with rulers. And what's cool is we're including this special Quilt Perfect ruler foot kit. Okay. Now, this right here, it has quite a few items in it. I love the different feet. It has 4 different feet. It has a ruler foot, which gives you the edge to follow for our rulers, but then it also has a rolling foot. Now this has like a bearing on it, so when I'm going around curves of rulers or around the ruler itself, it's much smoother. Then it has a precision foot that actually has a marking on it so that I can actually see the amount of distance, to move exactly the distance, and then it has a true track foot that fits this ruler that comes with it and on the groove. And what that does is it follows it so it's much straighter. It's just why it's called true track. So that's an amazing kit that's included with that as well. But also they're having including packages of bobbins, 3 packages of needles, a 4-pack of Grace's Finesse quilting thread. This has a value of over $500, and this is included with any of the Qnique models that we're offering on sale during this classroom model sale. But don't wait, we will surely run out. Now, again, we also have the 19X Qnique model with the Quilty Breeze frame, and that has a regular retail price of $98.99. It's on sale for $57.99. We have interest-free payments as well as free shipping across the country. Now, you can also use coupon code Black Friday 10 to save an additional 10% up to $300. Now, both the 19X and the 16X come in the Elite series, which we're going to talk about shortly. But now we're ready for another prize. All right, we have another prize to give away. This has a $184 value, and it has all kinds of cutters and tools, and it comes in this package. And so you like, share, or comment, and you potentially can win a prize. So now, we just talked about the combination of the 16X and the 19X machine on the Quilty frame. Now you can also put that on a larger frame, which is the Quilters Evolution Elite rolling frame. And when you click on the link, you'll see that option as well. But let's talk about that frame.
The frame is so important when you're quilting. It offers stability. It makes it so that you don't have the vibration. And so many people settle for a lesser frame, or they use an old system and they try to match a machine to it. The Quilters Evolution Elite rolling frame is the top line frame in the Grace collection. It's made of a complete all steel construction and supported in all areas. The carriage offers twin wheels, ball bearing wheels at every axis so that it moves the machine so smoothly across. A unique thing about it is it has characteristics of their hooping frames as well, and that's what makes this very unique. First of all, these rails have ratchets that allow you to release very easily, and this hand wheel makes it so that you can roll up your fabric beautifully. But if you look at this one rail here, it has these ridges all the way around this, and that makes it so that you can use these quilt clamps. And when I put these quilt clamps on the top, and I clamp them on that rail, I can just give it a twist, and with that ratchet, it gives me that nice, smooth surface. And then I've got these wonderful bungees that pull everything nice and taut. And they leave nothing out on this here. They even include these beautifully marked cloth leaders that have markings on every area, so I can line things up beautifully and pin it and roll the quilt in perfectly, because if you don't start right, then it truly is not going to be better for you. And so that is what makes the Quilters Evolution Elite Rolling Frame their top of the line.
Now, the Elite Rolling Frame is an amazing frame, and I really believe that when you have that frame, you want to add one of the Elite Series machines by Quilting. And so let's go over some of the features of the Elite Series machine.
The Grace Quilting Elite Series offers the 16X Elite with a 16-inch throat, the 19X Elite with a 19-inch throat, and our top line 21X Elite machine. These offer premium features that are unmatched in the industry. I love the way the beautiful lighting accents the entire needle area. And these adjustable handles, I can adjust to in all different angles and positions to offer the proper ergonomics. The machine has a built-in bobbin winder with an optical sensor, and that gives you the ability to wind your bobbin to just the right amount of thread needed without wasting. What separates the Elite Series from, let's say, the 16X or the 19X machine, the Elite Series offers this beautiful display, and this gives you the ability to walk through in entirety all the features from this different types of stitch regulation. Okay, so what we have is we have precise, cruise, manual, and based. Now, obviously, basting is used very nicely for when you attach your quilt and when you want to base the size. And there's several different sizes right here. If I go to based, I can choose medium, large, or small. As you see, I'm stitching this out, and small is actually very large. Now, I also have the ability to, I love this here, let's go to my precise. Now the precise, I can select my stitches per inch, okay? And so go smaller or closer. And the precise I use a lot with rulers, because what this does is when I press go on this here, as I move the machine, it precisely adjusts so that all the stitches are the same. But as soon as I stop moving it, the machine stops. But the machine is not off. It's waiting for me to move this. So when I'm working with rulers, this is wonderful because I can work with it and stop and position, and it's not continually going. And so that's where the precise stitch regulation is incredible on this. Cruise. Now cruise, I like using this for when I'm working with designs, freeform, and so what happens is I can choose my idle from slower to very fast, and what that means is when I press go, then what it does is it gives you the ability to always have a certain speed. So when I'm, let's say I change direction, it continues and does an extra stitch so I don't lose that point. And also when I'm doing different curves, it's much smoother in action. I also have the ability to do more micro turns because it keeps us constant speed. So that's a wonderful feature. And then also we have manual as well. So if you want to use that for just adjusting the speed. On the screen itself, you can control things like do a single stitch, do one stitch there, or you can have it where it does needle up and down. And you can also jog this, so it just slightly moves every little bit. And that's kind of nice where if I don't want to take the stitch, but I want to see the needle come down. Now, when we go into the toolbox, we have several different benefits here. First of all, we have a bobbin estimator. And what this does, it allows us to set based on the amount of bobbin that you filled and the type of thread, it will actually complete one and then estimate when you have the time, when you come to the end of your bobbin, which that will save you a lot of headache on there. So again, you've got that built-in bobbin winder that works so beautifully, but also you have the ability to give you a warning on that too. Also found in the toolbox is an edge warning. Now the edge warning allows me to set the top and the bottom of your quilt block or your borders, and what it does is when I sew and get close to the end here, I can actually have it set both a chime or a light to flash, so based on a 1/2 inch or 1 inch from that border, and that's a very unique feature on this here. Now, another thing about this is that I have complete control of the buttons on the hand wheel, and as I make adjustments on these buttons, it actually moves up the settings based on the movements. Like I can adjust this by pushing this button, and I'm adjusting my stitches per inch just by the handle, so I don't have to use a touch screen. So my hands remain on the handle so that I don't have to have a problem and reposition there. I also have the ability to control start and stop and needle up and down, all from the handle. So again, we have the 21X Elite, the 19X Elite, and the 16X Elite. This is the Elite series in the Grace lineup.
Aren't those features amazing? I love the Elite series, and combining that with the Quilters Evolution Elite rolling frame that can be up to 12 feet truly gives you a top-of-the-line long arm system. Now, we have a limited number of the Classroom recertified models that we have packaged with this frame, and they're all on sale at the lowest price ever. If you want other frames with the Unique series, click on the link and you'll see other options. But starting with the 16X Elite, we have that included with the Quilters Evolution rolling frame that can be configured up to 12 feet. There's other configurations you'll see on the website as well. That has a regular retail price of $10,998, and you can get a Classroom recertified model for $6,599. Wow. Interest-free payments as well as free shipping across the country. Don't forget, on all these you can use coupon code BLACKFRIDAY10 to save an additional 10% up to $300 on your purchase. And yes, that comes with that exclusive bonus that has a value of over $500. Now, the 19X Elite model, again, we're packaging with the Quilters Evolution Elite frame up to 12 feet. That has a retail value of $13,998. It's on sale for $8,699. We have interest-free payments on it, free shipping across the country. We're including that bonus, and yes, use coupon code BLACKFRIDAY10 to save an additional 10% up to $300. Now, last but not least, it's their top model, the 21X Elite. Now, we get very few of the Classroom recertified models on these, but I happen to have just a couple, so you want to act on this. This has a regular retail value of $15,998. It's on sale for $9,499. This out compares machines that sell for a lot more. It is their top of line. We have interest-free payments on it, free shipping across the country, and that bonus comes with it. And use coupon code BLACKFRIDAY10 to save an additional 10% up to $300. We also have automation that you can add to all these models, and it's at the lowest price ever. We have automation starting at $2,099. That gives you features starting from simple edge to edge to selecting from a wide variety of designs and placing it right where you want it. You can even record your signature and place that and restitch that, or plan a whole quilt by taking a design and doing triangles and arrangements. Now you can add that automation to all the Grace Unique products, and again, we have at the lowest price ever, $2,099 to start. That's never been that low. As promised, we have our grand prize, and that is this Grace light bar that can be up to 10 feet. And if you like, share, or comment, this prize is a value of $699, and you potentially can win this. But don't wait. All these specials are while supplies last. We've never had the combination of the Classroom recertified special with Black Friday ever, and this will surely end quickly. If you have any questions, you can email us at customerservice@moores-sew.com. You can call us at 1-800-865-9664 or click on the link and you'll see more information, more videos on the Grace products. Bye for now.